We are continuing with Forex. In previous session, whatever we have done, let us first revise that and then we will be going ahead with solving of some of the questions of institute. Try to concentrate. Suppose, what is the first thing that we did? Was rate. Now I am not writing simple rate, I am writing bid and ask both rate. Is it alright? So, suppose it is 74.75 slash 74.90 rupees per dollar. Is it alright? This rate is ask rate. It is a higher rate. So, it is a rate at which customer can purchase. We have done it n numbers of times, so I am just revising it very fast. This is a bid rate. This is lower rate comparative to right hand side. This is a rate at which customer can sell dollar. This is purchase dollar. Another is sell dollar. Then we understood that this type of rate for Indian people is a direct quote. But for a person who is in USA, this quote is indirect quote. For a person whose home currency is US dollar, for them this is an indirect quote. So, we understood the direct versus indirect. Third point which we understood is converting direct into indirect. So I have written one quote. Let me convert this into direct into indirect. The indirect quote will be dollar per rupees. Is it alright? And what will be the quote is 1 divided by 74.90 slash 1 divided by 74.75. This is converting direct into indirect. As I told you, ask will become denominator of bid and bid will become denominator of ask. The rate is reciprocal. So, it is converted from direct into indirect or indirect into direct. The conversion process remains same. Then we did some of the questions of cross currency. Cross currency is very simple. If you are having rupees per dollar rate, and if you are having dollar per pound rate, and if you multiply this two, dollar will get cancelled, the answer will be rupees per pound. As per the situation, you will have to change a direct into indirect. You need to decide which rate to reciprocal, which rate not to reciprocal, and we can easily find out the cross currency rate. These are the rates which are not directly quoted into market, and with other rates we combine it and find out that particular rate. Then we did forward rate. Suppose forward rate for dollar is 75.20 slash 75.30. And this is 1 year forward rate of rupees per dollar. What does this mean? If you want to enter into contract today, whereby you want to purchase $1, it will cost you 75.30 rupees after 1 year. But you will have to enter contract today because this is forward. 75.20, this is the rate at which you can sell $1 if you want to enter into contract today, where you can sell this $1 after 1 year. These are 1 year forward rate. Then we also understood swap points. Sometimes what will be given is the spot rate will be given 74 slash 75, and the swap point will be given 1 year swap point is 1 slash 2. We have understood if it is in ascending order we should add it, if it is in descending order we should subtract it. As this is ascending order, 1 year forward rate will be 75 and 77. Yes, Mehak, you need to be online. You need to tell me if the rate is 74.20 and 74.30 and the swap points given are 20/10. Is it alright? What you will do? You will add or subtract first. Max?
It's in descending order, so we will subtract it.
You will subtract. From where you will subtract? Can you tell me? 74.20 minus what?
From units place, 74.20 minus 0.20.
Minus 0.20. You will not directly subtract 20. You need to understand that if swap points are given and 2 decimal rate is given, it will be last 2 places where it will be subtracted from. So the answer will be 74 slash this will be 74.20. That is 74.30 minus 0.10. That's right. We have done it yesterday, swap points. And this was our sixth thing that we have learned, that is swap point. Then we went to discount or premium on currency. Whether in forward market the currency is quoted at a discount or premium. Please concentrate forward minus spot. This is the difference divided by spot. This is the base rate multiplied by 100. If it is positive, it is premium. If it is negative, it is discount. But please understand this answer, what will come is for particular period. Is it all? You need to convert it into per annum. You need to convert it into per annum. Is it all right? So, many a times I give this formula also, forward minus spot upon spot, multiplied by 12 divided by months. So, if it is 3 months forward, you will be directly getting per annum rate if you do this. Multiplied by 100. If it is positive, it is premium. If it is negative, it is discount. But you can find out a 3 months premium, and then you can find out a 12 months premium and write down the answer in per annum terms. Is it all? Then we went to PPP, that is purchasing power parity theorem. Also interest rate parity theorem. Is it all right? We will be revising in small way. Please understand this chart and you'll always understand purchasing power parity theorem or interest rate parity theorem. Is it all? It goes like this. Suppose the spot rate of dollar is rupees 100 per dollar. Is it all right? Interest rate or inflation rate in India is 8%, say. Is it all right? Now try to understand how we find out theoretical price of forward. This is the way in which we find out theoretical price of forward. Theoretical price of forward, remember derivative chapter. It is a spot, add interest in it, minus dividend. Is it all right? Here, dividend is not concerned because we are talking about currency and not any shares. Is it all right? So, dividend is removed. Is it all right? First, try to concentrate this interest rate will be of which country. Now, understand, I have not written anything else. You are valuing in India because your home currency is in rupees. This will be home currency. Is it all right? Numerator will be home currency. Now, why in currency there is a denominator? Please try to understand. Suppose this was the only formula, what would have been answer? 100 into 1.08, that is nothing but 108. Is it correct? So, the price of this commodity, which is forward of dollar, should be 108. But try to understand, as it has increased the interest rate or inflation in India, the price has become 108. But there is counter increase in inflation in USA also. So proportionately it should reduce also, because if inflation of one commodity, try to understand, I'll explain you from the terms of potatoes. If the potatoes are rupees 100 and the inflation is 8%, the forward price of potato should be 108. Is it all right? But here potatoes are replaced by currency. Currency is having its value from some country. And if that country's inflation rate or interest rate increases, concentrate time value of money. As there is more interest rate, the value of money will decrease. If you find out present value, value of money will decrease if interest rate is higher. So, what we do is, in currency, whenever we find out theoretical price of forward, we replace it, we add denominator also, which is 1 plus interest rate of foreign currency. It is discounted by the rate of foreign currency, and say interest rate in USA of dollar is say 5%. Then what will be our theoretical rate of forward is 100 into 1.08 divided by 1.05, which is 102.86 rupees per dollar will be 1 year forward. Deepak, you are online?
Yes, sir.
You need to tell me whether this is theoretical price of forward or it is actual price of forward.
This is a theoretical price.
This is theoretical price of forward. This is a theoretical price of forward. This should be the price of forward. This is not actual price of the forward. Let me write down actual price of the forward. Actual 1 year forward. Actual 1 year forward is say 106 rupees per dollar. Now, this is not a theoretical price of forward. This is actual price of the forward, and market has overvalued 1 year forward. And whenever theoretical price and actual price are not same, there is always a possibility of arbitrage, and this is how we did arbitrage in last lecture. How to do arbitrage? Anything which is overvalued, you should sell. Try to concentrate. You should sell, which the asset under consideration is dollar in 1 year forward. If you sell a dollar in 1 year forward and you do settlement by delivery, then ultimately you will have to get rupees. Is it alright? You will have to get rupees, so you will receive rupees over here. Is it alright? But try to concentrate. There are two ways of understanding other situations what you will do. If you are selling dollar after 1 year, you will always be purchasing dollar today. Today you need to purchase dollar, then only you can sell this dollar in the market. Is it all? So what you will do is you will be taking a counter position today. This is today. Today, what you will be doing is, here you have sold the dollar, here you will be purchasing dollar. That's alright. If you are purchasing dollar, you are having dollar with you. Is it alright? So today what you will be doing? You will be investing this dollar. That's alright. If you invest this dollar, what you will be getting after 1 year? You will be getting dollar. If you are getting dollar, you can sell this dollar and receive rupees. Is it alright? But for purchasing this dollar, try to concentrate. You will have to take, you will purchase dollar today by giving rupees. So what you need to do is even borrow rupees. Is it alright? For the period of 1 year, if you borrow rupees after 1 year, what you will end up repaying? You will repay rupees. Is it alright? Compare this to what you are receiving and what you are paying. Believe me, other than this, there are no cash inflows and outflows. Here we have settled everything. These are the only cash inflows and outflows, and the difference is nothing but arbitrage. What you are receiving will always be higher than what you are paying. You just need to understand how many dollars you will be selling. you should be selling so much dollar which you will be ultimately getting. Is it alright? So either you can do over here, you can assume over here how many dollars you will be selling, or you can assume over here that you will be investing $100 or $1 or $2. It depends. Is it alright? Try to concentrate in the same scenario. What is the theoretical price of forward is 102.86. Theoretical price is 102.86. If actual for 1 year forward rate, this is theoretical price rupees per dollar of 1 year forward. If actual price is 96 rupees per dollar of 1 year forward. Now, market has undervalued. If the market has undervalued, try to understand what you should do. You should always purchase the thing which is undervalued by the market. Purchase a dollar in 1 year forward at a rate of 96 rupees per dollar. Whenever you will have purchase dollar, you will have to pay rupees, because you are doing settlement by delivery. You will have to pay rupees. But what you will do with this purchased dollar? So I will be settling it over here, but try to understand, this should be understood. What will be counter thing? Purchase, sell. Then here you should be selling dollar as far as today is concerned. That's correct. If you want to sell dollar, you will have to have dollar. So you should be having dollar. You cannot have dollar in India. So what you will be doing? You will be borrowing dollar at USA rate. You will have to repay after 1 year. If you need to repay after 1 year, you can easily repay because you are purchasing dollar. So this will be settled. Whatever you need to repay, it will be settled because you are purchasing dollar. But you will have to pay in rupees. But here you are selling dollar. So here you will be receiving rupees. And once you are receiving rupees, try to concentrate. Once you are receiving rupees, you can invest in India. After 1 year, what you will receive is rupees. And believe me, if you have done everything perfectly, what you will receive will be higher than what you pay, and the difference is nothing but arbitrage gain. This will be nothing but arbitrage gain. So whenever you revise Forex and whenever you want to start, still we have not done any question of arbitrage. We will be doing n numbers of questions of arbitrage, but before it you should be absolutely clear. You should be having this picture in your mind what you are going to do. Then the arbitrage becomes extremely simple. In forward also, in derivative forward also, you should prepare these two charts because these are exhaustive. Either the forward will be overvalued or it will be undervalued, then the same process will be repeated. I don't say you should mug up, but logically once you understand, you can even mug up the things. And whenever you revise logically and try to understand that in examination, it comes to your mind very quickly. Sorry. This is nothing but arbitrage in forward. What we'll be starting today is some of the questions, and we are actually learning some of the practical questions which were asked in ICAI examination. So let us start with C 3.1.1. Easy question. The price of a bond just before a year of maturity, so there is 1 year to maturity, is $5,000. So what is the rate? Is 5,000 is today. Its redemption value is 5250. It is a 5250. At the end of the said period, the interest will be 350. Everything is in dollars. The dollar appreciates by 2% during the said period. Calculate the rate of return. First, let me forget this. Let me not consider this. And I am in USA. Try to concentrate. I am in USA. My home currency is dollar. And if someone gives me this question, now at this level, you should be easily able to find out your rate of return. What is the return which you will be getting if you are investing today? You are investing 5,000 rupees. Is it all? What is the return you will be getting? First 350 as interest plus 250 as your capital gain. This is return divided by investment multiplied by 100 is nothing but rate of return. Everything is in dollar. What you have invested? $5,000 multiplied by 100. That's not. What will be answer is, this is 600 divided by 5,000 multiplied by 100 is 12%. Return on investment. So if you are staying in USA, your home currency is dollar, then what you are actually earning is nothing but 12%. But if you are in India, then if dollar appreciates, then your return will change. If dollar appreciates, then your return will change. Is it all right? How much dollar has appreciated? 12%. Is it all right? Believe me, your return will also increase by 2%. That is, your return on investment will become 12% into 1.02. I have added this 2%. You can do in your calculator 12 plus 2% also. Is it alright? 12 into 1.02 is 12.24. Sir, we don't believe. How 2% will increase if the dollar is appreciating by 2%? Try to concentrate over here. Sorry. Suppose the rate before 1 year of dollar was 100. Rate before 1 year of dollar was 100. Sorry. Then, what is the return which you are getting? 350 plus $250? You are getting it today or you are getting after 1 year? After 1 year. And today, if the price of the dollar is 100 and if it is appreciated by 2%, I have told you, dollar appreciates means after 1 year, the price will be 102. Is it alright? Then, what will be my answer in rupees term? This is dollar. I can multiply this 102. Is it alright? This is rupees per dollar. My answer will be in rupees. What I have invested? $5,000 into 100 rupees per dollar. Multiplied by 100. Dollar will get cancelled. Dollar will get cancelled. This is, let me find out the answer. It is 350 plus 250 multiplied by 102 divided by, this is 5 lakh. Multiplied by 100. It is nothing but 12.24%. Is it alright? So here it was the same answer. Here this is just a proof that this answer is absolutely correct. If your dollar appreciates by 2%, your return will appreciate by 2%. You can directly add 2% to it and you will be getting the answer. Is it all? We are assuming, we are not considering $5,000 appreciation. Start it. $5,000 appreciation is not considered. That is, we have invested in rupees only. It was converted into dollars and then it was invested in US, and what we are getting back is rupees only in terms of return. This is C 3.1.1. Extremely easy question as far as this is concerned. Let us go to some cross currency questions. We have learned cross currency basics. Let us go to some of the questions. XYZ Bank, Amsterdam, wants to purchase rupees 25 million against pound. So they want to purchase 25 million rupees by giving pound. This is what they want to purchase. That's all right. Alright. You are in Amsterdam. You want to purchase 25 million rupees given pound. These are your we are going to learn Nostro, Lostro, Loro account. Every account we are going to learn. Just try to understand this bank want to purchase this. And they will be crediting Loro account. That is alright. Calculate the amount of the pounds credited. That is, they will pay. Ongoing interbank rates are dollar rupees and dollar pound. That's alright. Now, try to understand till this point of time we were learning in theoretical points. So I have always given you quote in that terms, rupees per dollar, rupees per pound. Here the writing of the way is different, but we can easily understand it. Try to understand first which rate I need to find out if I want to do this transaction. Please understand, you are in Amsterdam where the home currency is pound. And you want to purchase 25 million rupees. So for you, rupees is a foreign currency because you are in Amsterdam. So which rate you will require to do this? You will require the rate of pound per rupees. You will require the rate of pound per rupees. If this rate is available, you can easily go into this transaction. Which two rates are given? Try to concentrate. Interbank rates are per dollar rupees. And now you can easily understand this is per dollar rupees. That is nothing but 61.3625 and the rate is rupees per dollar. When you write down your answer, you should be comfortable in understanding the rate. So write down always in this manner. This is rupees per dollar. But what is this? 61.3625 / 3700. I don't understand. Can any student help me to write down the ask rate? Ask rate is 3700. Yes, Kajal?
61.3700.
Yes, this will be 61.3700. Just a way of writing it. This is the way in which sometimes people write down their mobile number also. My mobile number is 9427503441/2. That does not mean my second mobile number is only 2. Is it all? My second mobile number is 9427503442. Is it all? This is my mobile number. So it is just quoted in that manner. This is a quotation which we are having. Rupees per dollar. Per pound, dollar is this. So it is a rate of dollar per pound. What is the rate? 1.5260 / 1.5270. Why I have not taken 1.70? All of you are comfortable with it? Mac?
Yes, sir.
Should I take 1.70?
No, sir. Considering what we learned earlier, we would add it from back only, from units place.
Alright. Also, try to understand, this is the famous way of quoting something. 1 point, it should be 5270. I have told you my mobile number 9427503441/2. So last digit will be replaced. Is it alright? For another mobile number. If I write down this 503441/4 /52. What does this mean? Last two digits. Instead of 4-1, I need to replace 5-2. Is it alright? In many of the cases, this quotation is written, but this is easy to understand, and it is what we need is a pound per rupees. Is it all? First, write down the rates which are available. Rupees per dollar, dollar per pound. If I multiply this two rate, what rate I get is rupees per pound. Believe me, this is what is not required. This is not required. Rupees per pound is not required. What is required is pound per rupees. But still I am finding out rupees per pound rate. Is it all? What will be rupees per pound rate? 61.3625 multiplied by 1.5260 slash 61.3700 multiplied by 1.5270, and this rate will be rupees per pound. I have not done reciprocal of anything. But sir, what is required is pound per rupees. This is rupees per pound. Rupees per pound can be easily converted into pound per rupees if you are knowing the logic. I am finding out the rate of pound per rupees. Bid and ask. 1 divided by. Bid will become ask will become bid. What is ask? 61.3700 multiplied by 1.5270. Don't find out the answer. Just write down as it is. This is my bid rate. 1 divided by. Now bid will become ask. 61.3625 multiplied by 1.5260. Sir, can't we find out in the manner we were finding out? The answer is yes. It is the same manner. Try to understand. I required pound per rupees. Rupees per pound was easily available. So first I found out rupees per pound and then I reciprocaled it, and I am getting the answer of pound per rupees. Is it alright? Now, please understand, you are in Amsterdam. This is the rate at which you can purchase rupees. This is the rate at which you can sell rupees. You are in Amsterdam, so it is somewhat typical to understand, but it is not impossible. It is also not difficult. Just you need to understand you are staying in Amsterdam. Rupees is a foreign currency. This is the rate at which you can purchase rupees. This is the rate at which you can sell rupees. Is it alright? You want to purchase or sell? You want to purchase a 25 million rupee. 25 million rupees you want to purchase. Which rate will be applicable? This rate will be applicable. Multiplied by 1 divided by 61.3625 multiplied by 1.5260. And which is this rate? Can you tell me? 1 divided by 61.3625 multiplied by 1.5260. Mac, can you tell me which is this rate? Only this.
Which is this?
Rate.
Bid rate.
That is alright. But it is pound per rupees, rupees per pound, rupees per dollar.
Pound per rupees.
It
We
is
converted.
pound per rupees. And always do this. Try to understand. Do cancellation actually. Rupees is getting cancelled. Yes. Then you have found out correct rate. Is it all? What will remain is pound. Is it all? And what will be the answer? 25 million divided by 61.3625 divided by 1.5260 is 0.2. Let me multiply million over here. Million is 10 lakhs. It is 2,66,982. 2,66,982 rupees or pound. If you are cutting this, then you will be getting answer pound. You will have to pay to purchase 25 million rupees, and this transaction you are doing because you are in Amsterdam. Is it all right? This is the way in which cross currency rates will be, or cross currency questions will be asked. Again, I will mark this as an easy question because there is nothing difficult in it. You just need to find out cross currency rate. The only point typical was you were in Amsterdam and pound per rupees was your direct quote. Pound per rupees was your direct quote because your home currency is pound. Is it all right? There's a C 3.1.2. Alright, this is having one interesting point. Excel exporters, you are exporters, is holding an export bill in United States dollars, US dollar 1 lakh due 60 days hence. 1 lakh dollar is receivable 60 days from now. Is it alright? They are worried about the falling US dollar value. Fall in US dollar. They are worried. My question to any of the student, anyone can answer, should they be worried about low US dollar going down or US dollar going up? Aarti?
Sir,
Yes, Palak?
US dollar going up.
They should be worried about US dollar going up?
No, sir, going down because they will be receiving money as their exporters.
Alright, they will be receiving this 1 lakh dollar after 60 days. If the price today is 100, they will be receiving 1 crore rupees. If the price after 60 days is 60, then they will be receiving 60 lakhs rupees. If price after 60 days is 20, they will be receiving only 20 lakhs rupees. Is it alright? So they are worried about US dollar going down. So the question drafted is correct. Which is currently at 45.60. So what is the spot rate? Is 45.60 rupees. That's it, alright. My question is, will they be getting 1 lakh dollar at 45.60 rupees? Stuti.
Yes, sir.
Can they convert this 1 lakh dollar into 45.60 rupees?
No, sir.
Why?
It is spot rate and the bill is due for after 60 days.
Exactly. So this cannot be done. They will never be getting 45.60 rupees per dollar for this 1 lakh dollar because this 1 lakh dollar is receivable after 60 days. So this should never be done. Is it alright? This cannot be done. You will never be receiving this money, 45,60,000 rupees. Is it alright? Per US dollar. The concerned export consignment has been priced as at an exchange rate of 45.50. This is the rate we are learning for first time. Try to concentrate. We will be doing it last when we want to find out the second answer. Let us go ahead. The firm banker have quoted a 60 days forward rate of 45.20. So what is a forward 60 days rate? Is a 45.20 rupees. Yes, Mehak. Can you convert your 1 lakh dollar at 45.20 rupees?
Yes, sir. That's the rate what bank has given me.
Yes, bank has given. You can enter into contract today. After 60 days, when you receive 1 lakh dollar, you will be for sure getting 45.20 rupees. That your rate is blocked. Is it alright? But I told you in CA final, you should answer what is asked, not what you know. Is it alright? Calculate the rate of discount quoted by the bank. Whenever the discount or premium is to be found out, there is only one formula to be used. Forward minus spot divided by spot multiplied by 100. I always convert it per annum. Later on, you can modify the formula and directly find out per annum rate. But I normally modify it later on. What is the forward rate? 45.20 minus 45.60 divided by spot rate is 45.60 multiplied by 100. This is 45.20 minus 45.60 divided by 45.60 multiplied by 100. It is 0.8772. But this is for 1 year. No, this is for 60 days. Percentage per annum for 60 days. I need to convert it 0.8772 into 360 days divided by 60 days. This will be answer of percentage per annum. This is not percentage per annum. This is percentage for 60 days. So what is percentage for per annum? 0.8772 multiplied by 360 divided by 60. It is 5.26 percentage. Start it. What I was telling you, how to modify the formula, very simple. Forward minus spot divided by spot multiplied by. Do this directly. 360 divided by number of days or month, which is 60, multiplied by 100, you will be directly getting answer of 5.26 percentage. Start it. Because in this, what you get is a rate of 60 days and then you need to convert it into first year per annum rate. Is it all right? Question number 2. Try to concentrate. What is the probable loss of operating profit if a forward sale is agreed to? If the forward sale is agreed to, first let me understand how much money I will receive after 60 days. Money, this is answer number 2. I will receive after 60 days. How many dollar I am going to receive? $1 lakh multiplied by, if I am entering into forward contract, forward or compulsory contract, I will be getting 45.20 rupees per dollar. Dollar will get cancelled. I will be getting rupees 45 lakh 20,000. Start it. Let us go to this rate of 45.50. This rate. See what is this rate. If you are an exporter, is it alright? If you are an exporter, you will be having expenses. And as you are having expenses, you will be finding out cost price of your product. My question to one of the student is, if you are doing business in India and you are an exporter, your all expenses will be in rupees or in dollars. Your all expenses will be in rupees or dollar. Kajal?
Rupees.
It will be in rupees. Is it alright? So your cost will be in rupees. Now go to that costing subject. You find out cost, then add profit, and you decide your sales or selling price per unit, if this is cost per unit. Alright. So you will have to expect your selling price per unit if you want a desired profit. Is it alright? But the exporter will be receiving money in dollars. They will not be receiving in rupees. Is it alright? So whenever they price this product, see what price they might have given to the person who is importing in USA. They might have given $1 lakh. But this is what not they expected. They didn't expect $1 lakh. They will expect something in rupees. Because this is in rupees and their profit desired is in rupees. Is it alright? So at the time of pricing the product, they have taken a dollar rate of 45.50. So they have expected that they will be receiving 45,50,000 rupees. Say their cost might be 45 lakhs. They have expected that their sales will be 45,50,000 rupees, and so their profit will be 5,50,000 rupees. See, giving dollar quote to someone, because you are exporter, you cannot say we will charge a 45,50,000 rupees from you. You will have to give quote in dollar. And when you give the quote in dollar, you might have converted into rupees because your desired income is in rupees. This rate is nothing but this. The concerned export consignment have been priced on an exchange rate of 45.50. So what was their expectation of operating income was 45.50 rupees. But are they getting 45.50 rupees? No. What is they are getting 45.20 rupees. Is it alright? So what was their expectation? Operating income was $1 lakh into 45.50 rupees per dollar. So their expectation was 45,50,000 rupees. Is there loss in operating profit? Yes, there is a loss of 30,000 in operating profit. Alright. So they have done a loss making business. Yes or no? So can some of the student explain me what is this actual loss of 30,000 operating loss?
Because of the currency fluctuation.
Yes,
Currency rate
because of the currency fluctuation, you were having a risk, so you entered into a forward contract. So what is the what you are getting now is 45,20,000. And what was your expectation? 45,50,000. So whenever you have calculated your cost and your profit and your sales price, you have expected that your sales will be 45,50,000. It actually turned out to be 45,20,000. So there is an operating loss of 30,000. So if your profit was 50,000, now it will be only 20,000. It will not be 50,000 because the foreign exchange currency rate has fluctuated. 45.50 rupees is a spot rate of dollar. Yes or no? You need to give me the answer yes or no and why. Stuti?
No, sir, it is not spot rate.
Then it is a forward rate.
No, sir, it is just a rate at which we converted our cost.
Exactly, at which you converted your selling price just to find out what amount of rupees will be receivable. You thought that your dollar will be converted at this rate. This is neither the market price nor the forward rate. This was the rate which was in the mind of the businessman that my dollar will be converted at this rate. So he have priced the product based upon 45,50,000. Is it alright? See, once again, try to understand those who are not getting it. The cost plus profit was 45,50,000 rupees. You are an exporter. When you give quotation to your purchaser, you cannot give my expected price is 45,50,000 rupees. That's all right. What you need to give him is quotation in dollars. So what quotation you might have given him? 45,50,000 divided by 45.50, that is nothing but $1 lakh. This is the rate at which the quotation was given, the order was finalized, everything was finalized. What was finalized is $1 lakh. Is it all? Now the rate has changed and so there is an operating loss of 30,000 rupees. Is it all? This was C 3.1.3. This is again a good point. An Indian importer has to settle an import bill for $1,30,000. So you need to pay $1,30,000. That's it. The exporter has given the Indian exporter two options. Indian importer. Two options. Pay immediately without any interest. Pay after 3 months with an interest of 5% per annum. That's all right. So what option is given? Pay $1,30,000 today, or pay $5% per annum. This is for 3 months. Is it all right? So it will be 5 divided by 4 for 3 months. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 5s are 20. It is 1.25%. 1.25%. So what you will be end up paying is $1,30,000 plus 1.25%. It is 1,30,000 multiplied by 1.0125. It is 1,31,625. 1,31,625. But this you need to pay after 3 months. You don't need to pay 2 times. This is option. So if you pay $1,31,625 after 3 months, then you will not be keeping your risk open. You will be taking the forward. The importer bank charges 15% per annum on overdraft. The exchange rate in the market are as follows. Spot rate 48.35, 48.36. 3 months of forward rate. This will be applicable in this scenario. Sorry. Now, you need to purchase dollar or sell dollar. One of the student will answer me, Sakshi. You need to purchase dollar or sell dollar. You need to pay $1,31,625. You need to purchase dollar or sell dollar. Sakshi is not audible. Yes? Yes, Sakshi.
Sir, purchase dollar.
You will have to purchase $1,31,625 at forward rate or spot rate, Sakshi?
Sir, at forward rate.
At forward rate. Which rate will be used? Bid or ask? 48.83 or 48.81?
So 48.83.
83. You purchase at a higher rate, sell at a lower rate. Is it correct? You are a customer, you will be purchasing at 48.83 rupees per dollar. And always do this. Write down full rates and cancel out something which can be cancelled. The answer will be in rupees. This is 1,31,625 multiplied by 48.83. It is 64,27,248. 64,27,248. And the answer will be rupees you will be paying after 3 months. Let me go to this option. Pay $1,30,000 today. Mac, you should be online. If you want to pay $1,30,000 today, you will have to purchase dollar or sell dollar.
I will have to purchase dollar.
You will have to purchase dollar. Is it $1,30,000? Yes. Which rate I should use? Spot rate or forward rate?
Spot rate 48.36.
And it should be 48.36. You should always purchase. You will always be purchasing at a higher rate. It is rupees per dollar. Dollar will get cancelled. 1,30,000 into 48.36 is 62,86,800. What is remaining is rupees. Pay today. Meg, you are on the line. You need to tell me why this two cannot be compared. I am saying you it cannot be compared, or you argue with me that this can be compared.
No, sir, it cannot be compared because
Why?
the 62 lakh we will be paying today as on 0 day.
Yes.
And this 64 lakh we will be paying after 3 months.
Exactly. See, you are not in accountancy class, you are in financial class. In finance class, this value and this value is different. Something you are paying today and something you are paying after 3 months is absolutely different, and no decision can be taken if these two figures are given. So either I need to find out present value of this or I need to find out future value of this. But try to understand, it is given in the question that importer can take an overdraft. So what I'll be doing is I will be taking overdraft today for this, and I will be repaying overdraft along with interest after 3 months. That's right. What is overdraft interest? Is 15% per annum. So it will be 15 divided by 4. It is 3.75% for 3 months. That's right. What will be I'll be ending up paying is 62,86,800 rupees multiplied by 1.0375. This is what I'll end up paying. Is it alright? 62,86,800 multiplied by 1.0375. 65,22,555. This is after 3 months. Meg, can I compare this two figure?
Yes, sir, both are after 3 months.
Both are after 3 months. You can easily compare it. Is it alright? And where you are paying higher, in this case, you are paying higher. And in this case, you are paying lower. So what is your decision? Tell your exporter, tell the person who is exporting you that we will be paying you $1,30,000 after 3 months. Take a forward contract at 48.83 and pay them 64,27,248, which will be ultimately your cash outflow. Don't argue with me that, sir, this much cash outflow is not bad. It is bad because you have purchased some goods. Is it alright? You need to pay. Either you need to pay this or you need to pay this. Paying lesser money is always a good option. This was C 3.1.4. Is it alright? These are the questions of Forex, and these are some of the basic questions where there was a conversion question. This was a decision making question. This was operating profit. Is it all? Yes. See, in operating profit, let me go to this question number 3, because this becomes a question after you solve it. Is it all right? Here, I have not considered time value of money. Is it all? Try to concentrate. This was expected today. This I am receiving after 60 days. I have not considered time value of money. This was question once of Stuti also when we were doing options. Stuti, can you answer me? Why here I have not considered time value of money and directly I have written the answer?
Sir, I'm thinking. Just a minute.
I'll give you the answer, Stuti. Alright, concentrate what they are asking. They are asking some question which is of accounting. Is it alright? They are asking some question which is of costing. They are telling you because of change in foreign exchange rate, how much will be your operating loss. This is accounting or costing question. Whenever there is an accounting or costing question, you don't consider time value of money. Or if you don't consider time value of money, your answer is always correct. Is it alright? Whenever it is a decision making, you should always consider time value of money. There is no option in it. If the rates are not given, then assume a rate, or just write down in your answer that you need to find out present value of this figure if the present value is not given. Normally at final level, the present value will be given, so it will not be a question. But if it is not given, you cannot take a decision without time value of money. But if someone tells you what is your loss in accounting profit, what is your loss in operating profit, what is your loss in your profit, then you can ignore time value of money and just write down the answer. So these were 4 basic questions of Forex.